and had a bit of a situation come up, so that's been dived back in, and once again I apologize for the weird sound of my voice, or the sniffling, the sneezing, the coughing. I do have that bug that seems to be going around. Now, as this tells us, we took on the Hawkins case after examining a picture a painting, that was brought by her father. We've now gone to Darkwater to investigate the peculiarities of it. They say that she was mad and set the house on fire, which killed her entire family. But the father believes that she was nowhere near insane, so along with the reports and a few things that seemed a bit inconsistent, we have come in the flesh to investigate. Now, so far, it seems like it's going to be one of those that you have to get into before everything starts to get exciting. But considering we're just now getting to Darkwater, and we can go see the harbor master, who has lots of paperwork on it, the bar, which may have many patrons who know something, or what I'm about to do is check out the docks, just because there was a weird guy. Okay. On the approaches to Darkwater, I saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were so low they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circled the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documents that belong to Charles Hawkins. Fitzroy advised me to visit the ports bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. I suppose I could get the lay of the land at the same time. A killer whale. I could have a look and see what the local cops have got to tell me. Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me what he has found on the Hawkins in the archives of the harbor master's office. I have one CP point available. Welcome. I don't want to use that point though. I do need 2 to level up medicine, 4 for occultism, 4 for psychology, 2 for spots hidden, which I may put into. Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater. The heir of a ship-owner family who used to travel a lot, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon, and lived a very secretive life. Oh, it's fine. I was very much dead myself. And I'm once again sick because... why not? You gotta keep that trend going. Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
See how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Don't want to say that.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't?
Or you
Or you
won't.
don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shut.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
Not
You
really.
can't understand. You're not sailors. Oh yeah. It's a sign.
I probably should have insulted him by saying he was out of his depth instead. I see more sailors over there. Eerie glowing lantern over here. Can't pick it up, but... Harbor's Master's office.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Yeah, I mean, with your alcohol and sleeping pills.
Fox flipping. You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
There's nothing for you here either. Pretense.
Optimistic.
Sure. Beat each other bloody. See if I care. Detective that's like deep in the realms of occultism. It's part of the Lovecraft genre that everyone's a little bit insane about, honestly. I barely know anything about it, but I do know something of it. I probably should have gone to the Harbor Master office first. Disgusting cretin. Rat-faced cunt.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well. Which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
I didn't want to drink though. Let's see.
The Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Occasionally I'll attempt, but I don't like it. It all tastes like alcohol. Even the sweet ones.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why.
Uncultured
And
swine.
I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah? Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Hmm.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Is there anything else I can ask about? I don't want to say anything else about her. Especially not to piss him off. Let's see.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
That'll be all for now. The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality, and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. And who are you?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering.
Your
Will
hand.
follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
That mark on your hand. The writing stuff? Yep. Disheveled in appearance. He can't be from the island. He seems to be losing his mind, and I don't think it affects those that's from here that easily.
Our song?
No, not really.
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got. That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for the island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
That voice.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
One of the miraculous cats.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Strange, huh? God, I was hoping you guys would have stopped singing after I talked to you, but I guess that's too much to ask for. Now we have this vixen over here with her silent compatriot.
What you looking at, stranger?
You.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Make me.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
$50. Now, the next place I can go would be the Harbor Master's office. Before I enter, let me check around it. Oh, hello. Just kinda hoping to, go around before you saw me in here.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this wounded cat.
The terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. It seems like one of those...
This place seems half abandoned.
Considering the guy that
Fishing
you
equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
play as is a investigator, and he's never heard of this place. Just seems like one of those off the mainland type places where everyone is already old.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I
Nothing
guess this
ever
blackboard hasn't
changes.
been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
This volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. Does that give me another CP or what? Interesting. So finding books can also increase the percentage and help you towards leveling your character.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Could be his grandfather. Or father, seeing as Fitzroy is old. Nothing in that one.
What a macabre souvenir.
It's from the man in the picture. Okay, Fitzroy, let's have a little chat, shall we?
I brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Okie dokie.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
Oh, hello. Oh, okay.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights of the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailors' return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on the wall of the stranded whale.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back in the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters.
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Would I be able to do anything with it this time?
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Oh, that didn't sound ominous at all. Okay.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
Says the man who can see everything from where he is standing currently.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
So nothing else popped up.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Okay. Now, let's go talk to Cat. Oh wait, that should be enough points now. I had 2. And the next one will go into medicine. How? Okay, that H is just throwing me for a loop. Oh, they're done over there. And they're still arguing over there. Possible new people to talk with. Maybe I'll unlock something to talk with these guys about.
That's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Do you like our song?
No.
We may not be proud of
That's true.
Yep. Here we go.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see?
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I bid you farewell.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Interesting enough. Hold up, get back here. Can I talk to you again? Yes, I can. Somehow. I don't know how.
Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble. But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
You return right after. Just understand God is having his throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. I told you to beat it.
Can't say anything else to her. But at least it's obvious that you're a cat. Look, I'm trying to talk to you and you're obviously ignoring me. Soon as I walk away, here you come. No, you don't.
What can I get you?
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Here we go.
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. And they saved Darkwater from famine.
Charles Hawkins owed you a lot of money. Do you know if he had problems?
I don't know the details, and it's not my business. Money or not, he was always welcome in my town. The Hawkins family was always much appreciated on the island.
Even if you didn't like his
You
wife's
seem to know
art.
Charles Hawkins well. How about his wife, Sarah Hawkins?
Well, she was a local somebody. We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision, was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Okay.
That'll be all for now.
Go back to the cops over here. Maybe I can do something different since they've moved now.
Cops, they can't understand.
They've gotten it mostly
You
in
didn't tell
now.
me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. Cops, they can't.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Damnation. Broken.
No. And the game saved, of course.
St. Brendan. Patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Wonder if the scholar has an idea of who it is, of who did it, considering the same writing is on his arm. Would have been nice to be able to break into that room. Okay. Can't talk to you. Can I talk to you guys? Yep.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes...
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Possibly. Wonder if I can use them to get behind those guards.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Now I can go around the way that those guys finally stopped blocking, or...
Now, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who. I bet that you hit them somewhere in your island, on the dive. Not even, and don't go looking there.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
I give it another try breaking into there. Maybe he'll... I don't think it's percentage based, but maybe I can force my way in?
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Yeah,
it's no
that
use.
sucks.
The padlock won't give.
Guess I should have leveled my investigation or whatever more. Now I probably need a key. That sucks.
Something real bad.
Now, what do you two have to say?
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunk, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
It must have been really easy for Cat to just...
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering.
You've said that already.
You like our song?
Anything new with you guys? Nope. Okay.
I bid you good night.
Nothing new with you either?
I told you to...
Yep. Okay. Time to go on to the warehouse. Let's hope nothing happens.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
I shall take my leave.
Guessing that should be enough information to go and ask him. Maybe he'll even be able to help me break into that office.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type. You're back again. What can I do for you?
Okay.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me.
Well, that doesn't look appealing.
A handle. It must come from these old winches. This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
I think I'm still missing something, but I can't be too sure.
This tunnel goes under the warehouses. It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Okay, that's everything.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle. Ugh.
Okay, I now know how to use that. Yeah, no, probably get back out of here. Yep, something real bad. You guys don't want to help me?
Well, did you miss?
Yep.
I've taken a...
Nope. Can I talk to you guys?
Who's this guy? No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaps. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two...
What's with you, want?
So go die.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
Now, we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyhole.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
I bid you gentlemen farewell. If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Well, did you
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
I'll be back.
Take your time. We're going nowhere.
Hmm.
Damn stupid idiots. Get it.
You again. What can I get you?
Let's say I want to buy a bottle from you.
Choice is yours. Everything's on sale.
How much for a bottle of whiskey?
$5.
I guess I'm not desperate.
I'm not judging you.
Okay, there's nothing else
That'll be all for now.
about her from you.
Nobody listens to us anyway. That's no way to treat an owner.
So,
Look what I've got.
you're a good guy, you. Follow me. Cheers, you jackass.
I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
I hope for your sake that I didn't hear.
No, it's not what you think. It's just that you sell your stuff at too much.
Maybe he'll be able to talk his way out of it.
Let's see. Perfect. Oh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case? The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages? Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Oh, so that can only be... okay. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers, and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seemed to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life. That is a discovery of a partly charred painting recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from Hawkins' mansion that allows all doubts to be lifted. Okay. And sorry for the strain way I'm reading. It's slightly hard to breathe. God.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews.
Oh my God, you work for Cat.
Open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Wait, so did I pass the psychology check, or did I fail it?
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Sure.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
It's that way. Huh? Guess there's nothing over here.
$1693. This house is much older than it seems.
Oh, okay. So, what's over here for him to be over here? Ominous.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after...
Poor kid.
What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? Steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
I'll have to find another entrance.
I guess I'm following the crow. Tables are really everywhere.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it. Vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion. This gate is locked.
Obviously. Nothing. Oh, God.
Poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. I know a thing or two about solitude myself. Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Okay. Guess I'll go on into the mansion now.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door. Silas managed to bring the fire under control. It's already too late for the Hawkins.
They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just to stop along the way. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire? The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked. These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. This place was falling apart long before the fire. This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Really?
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Okay then, guess I can't like that.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century. What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Yeah, there is something in there.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Do you not see?
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins.
Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. There's something disturbing about this painting. "20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep. Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
As you know, I've always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she, again, terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police.
Locked. The boys' room. A child's fort. What threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Hello.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
Ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend, who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? The door is blocked on the other side.
Bradley?
What?
Is that you?
What will her room reveal about her? This padlock is too complicated for me. Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated, resorting to such a treatment.
Is anyone there?
You! Stop! Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise.
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier.
Where did he go?
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in here? I don't see any...
It looks like an old Seaway map.
Way out.
Charles Hawkins was keeping her father's letters from her. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. the Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. As if the bookcase has been moved several times. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Oh,
looks like
hello.
It worked.
That was honestly a lucky
Well
guess.
done, Pierce.
Seems like this came from a log.
Oh, God.
There must be a link with the Seaway map. Have you seen the old maritime maps at Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
I think I'm going to do